You are standing at the front of your classroom. On your desk is a box, but inside isn't a familiar textbook or a stack of worksheets. It is a tangle of raw wires, exposed circuit boards, and tiny metal components. Your heart beats a little faster. You worry this is too technical for you. You imagine a student asking a complex question you cannot answer, and you dread the moment you plug something in and it simply fails to work. This diagram shows the root of that anxiety. We are conditioned to believe in a master teacher downloading perfect answers directly into passive students. But the reality looks entirely different. 90% of teachers who successfully lead these classes are absolute beginners. Most have never written a single line of code or touched a bare circuit in their lives. They do not hold degrees in physics or software engineering. Instead, they rely on skills they already possess: creativity, patience, and clear communication. Teaching robotics requires a shift in strategy. Your job is not to stand at the front and dispense correct answers. Your job is to step down from the podium and act as a guide for a shared exploration. Let's look at the most common hurdle: the moment a student gets stuck on their computer, raises their hand, and you realize you have no idea how to fix their code. Remember, the students are looking at the software for the very first time, just like you. You are starting on the exact same starting line. When a question comes your way, do not provide an immediate solution. Instead, bounce it back. Ask, "What do you think is happening?" Learning to code is highly physical. Change a single small value and watch how the robot's physical behavior changes on the desk. You do not build confidence by memorizing technical manuals the night before. You build it by accumulating dozens of these tiny, successful experiments alongside your class. Your gap in technical knowledge is an active pedagogical advantage. By not having the answer ready, you force your students to test, observe, and solve the problem independently. Then comes the inevitable moment. You are explaining a concept, and a 10-year-old raises their hand to point out a better way to route the wiring. It is easy to feel your authority slipping in that moment, but this is a rare opportunity for true collaborative learning. When a student shows advanced knowledge, acknowledge it publicly. Invite them to the front. Let them demonstrate their method to the class. Then step back and learn right alongside them. Giving a student the floor shows that you value curiosity over control. It replaces a top-down hierarchy with a trusting environment where everyone feels safe to share. Letting go of the expert title does not diminish your control of the room. It turns the classroom into a team, utilizing every person's unique strengths to get the robot moving. Eventually, the classroom will get loud. Students will leave their seats, voices will rise, and sooner or later, a piece of hardware is going to fall off a table and break. It is completely normal for that chaos to make you anxious. But in this specific subject, a noisy room does not equal a distracted room. What you are hearing is the sound of active learning. It is the hum of intense teamwork, the physical movement of testing theories, and the raw excitement of bringing an inanimate object to life. This diagram shows how to handle hardware failures. Even professionals wire things backward. When a kit stops working, stay calm. Give students a checklist to trace their steps. When a robot falls or throws an error, smile and say, "Great, now we are learning." Your role is to manage the room's energy, not suppress it. By treating physical failures as necessary stepping stones, you teach your students resilience. If we step back from the daily mechanics of gears and code, we can look at what actually sticks with a student years after they leave your room. They are not going to remember a flawlessly delivered technical explanation. They will not recall how fast you debugged a line of code. What leaves a permanent mark is how that room made them feel. They remember the physical machines they built with their own hands, and they remember the specific adult who encouraged them to persist when their first attempt failed. This equation maps the process for that environment. Confidence is the sum of consistent practice, small daily successes, and steady support. And you don't provide that support alone. RoboVidi equips you with lesson plans, ready-made activities, and troubleshooting guides every step of the way. You do not need to be flawless to teach robotics. You just need the willingness to try, because that exact mindset is what builds a classroom full of joy and discovery.